Hey folks, welcome to the Beer Wrench Garage. Today I'm going to talk about a must-have socket set that you need in your repertoire of tools, whether you're a professional, a hobbyist, or just like a basic DIY or home DIYer. But before that, I want to get a couple words out. If you're watching at this point in the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and helps get the videos out and costs you nothing, so I appreciate that. Secondly, for those of you that have seen my videos before, you'll notice I'm wearing a different hat. And I love my other hat, but it's getting ready. And a little while back, I made a video on super clean degreaser that I really like. I'll put a link up right there. And the folks from Super Clean saw it and sent me a hat and a couple other products to try out, which I will be in future videos. So I'm not being sponsored or anything, but they just sent me some stuff to try out. And I'm kind of liking the hat. So we're going to wear the hat for today. But for today's video, I wanted to clue you in on this socket set by one of my favorite companies, Tekton, or Tekton, or however you pronounce it. The model number is SKT 15311. And what makes this socket set special is it is the gamut of everything you need to take apart a car, but be able to do it in a very light kind of package. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you're familiar at all with my channel, you'll know that I'm a bit of a junkyard rat. And then from time to time, you know, I'll be out doing work for just various projects away from my main toolbox. So it's really important for me to have kind of a go kit, right? Actually, I've done a video on what I take to the junkyard, so I'll leave that up here if you want to click on that and see. But it's a good example of when I take the full load out to the junkyard, it's a lot of stuff to haul around. And so what this set allows me to do is to minimize the things that I'm carrying. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. So, the Tekton set is a 3/8 drive set only. It's only 3/8 drive. But what makes it special is it goes from 6 to 24 millimeters. And those sizes are both short and long. And those sizes give you the capability to essentially take apart any car out there. There isn't a fastener that's going to be bigger than 24 millimeters other than axle nut socket. I'm sorry, axle nut, or some weird Euro cars might have like crank bolts that are huge. But 6 to 24 is going to literally give you the capability to take apart any car with basically a 15-pound, I think it's 16-pound, a 16-pound little case. You can take this anywhere. And you don't have to keep bringing a quarter drive socket set, a half drive socket set. Your 6 to 24 long and short has got you covered. The only criticism that I would have is for head bolts and like drive shaft bolts, you're going to need 12-point, and these are only 6-point. So what you can do for that is get yourself like a cheap Harbor Freight socket set that's in 12-point, or whatever, you know, like a Duralast or a Husky or something. Something really cheap and light to kind of supplement that when you need 12-point. Otherwise, you're solid right here. And not only do you get the sockets, but you get what I believe is a 60-tooth ratchet. Solid, really comfortable, actually. It's got a kind of like a skinny and light design. It's comfortable and has metal where it counts, and it's a little bit skinny to save weight. It's got a nice flip and a button release, which is very convenient to have. The extensions are knurled, and you'll see when you work on cars and get grease everywhere, the knurling, which is this stuff, is really, really important. And what's kind of unique, aside from the 6 to 24, again, in the 3/8 drive, you rarely go down to 6. So that's a big freaking deal. You can get your interior work done with the little fasteners and you can go right outside the car and do your suspension work with your 21, 22, and 24. And no skips, right? So if for whatever reason you needed a 23 millimeter socket, you got one right there. 6 to 24, no skips on the metric side, and full standard from 1/4 to 1 inch. So you're locked on, right? But like what I was saying is, it also comes with a breaker bar. Very few of these sets will have a breaker bar. And if you get this set, then you no longer need to carry a whole bunch of other supplemental tools. It'll lighten your load and just make it easier to get around the junkyard. Or if you're kind of a mobile mechanic, not even really for your profession, but if you do work for your family or friends or whatever, and you have to grab tools and go somewhere, this is ideal. And mind you, I'm not like a cheap person, but I also don't like to pay tons of money for tools. So for the average person, this isn't like really cheap. I believe like the list price is somewhere between 160 to 180 bucks. I got this from Zorro Tools, Z-O-R-O, really good vendor. And I got like a 10% coupon. So at the end of the day, it was about $165-ish delivered. But again, the capability that it gives you is more than worth it. The weight that you'll save, the wear and tear on your body that you'll save, and just the not having to like dig around at the junkyard or in the middle of the night or in the cold day looking for a particular set from a different, particular socket from a different set is going to be worth it. So if you're in my boat, or if you're kind of looking to get a set of tools or supplement tools, like you need a trunk kit, this is really the way to go. And I have not seen a better, more complete set anywhere near the price of this. But again, the truck tool brands are super expensive, and I don't even know if Snap-on makes a complete kit like this, or any Macro or whatever. But if they did, I guarantee you it would be many, many, many times more dollars than what you pay for Tekton. And just because it's Tekton or Tekton, however you pronounce it, I call it Tekton because it sounds more robotic. This is a quality brand. I have many more other Tekton tools in my toolbox, and I've never had an issue with it. I wager that if you needed to use these for work for a living, I bet you could do it just fine. Everything looks and feels really solid. Just bring you in, and again, I know it's on video, you can't really see it, but let me tell you, I've used tools from every type of brand out there, and these things look and feel very, very high quality. All right, one last quick note before we close this out. The box that this thing came in is super cool. Like it feels like a quality kit, right? I mean, it's got its own custom logo on it, and it's they didn't cheap out on the box. So if that gives you any indication of what Tekton thinks of their brand and how they try to build up their brand, I knew immediately when I picked this up, I was like, this is going to be a good kit. So, you know, the little things sometimes to make an impression, and this is a really cool box. All right, cool. I hope that helps you out a little bit. Please go ahead and comment. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys use, and what you think about this set, or Tekton, or Tekton in general. Thank you. Again, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.